This demonstration is to show that you can pick different lines within an order, part pick a line, go back and choose different lines, maybe use where you're loading pallets into a vehicle and you want to select different pallets due to weights or sequencing for loading. Some of this gives the operator the control. What we're also going to do in this product is choose different lots and different batches so you can see the global allocation picking different pallets of product. We'll be using the license plates of the pallets to demonstrate as well. So first of all, we've got to set up the data that we're going to be working with, and I'm going to do this by going into X3 and into the sales and the orders. I'm going to select a full entry, and I have an order here with a couple of lines of product on it, a 50 and a 75 quantity, and the simplest way just to set this up for this demonstration is to copy this. So here you can see I'm going to create the order. It'll flash me a couple of warnings, and we've generated this order here, which is order number 132. So having created that order, I now want to do a bit of preparation planning on that. So I go into the preparation planning screen in X3. I'm selecting the site that I'm working on, and then I'm going to select up the order that we've just created. And here we can see the order that I've just created, ending 32. I'm going to search that order, and here you'll see our two lines. Now I want to work with global allocated here, so on the preparation plan I'm just going to select the allocation type of global, and you'll see the relevance of that as we go through. Just check we've got global allocated on each of the lines here as well. So now I want to include all those in my process, and I'm going to create the preparation list, which is here 034, and I'm going to give myself a picking ticket as well. So that's everything I need to do. A pick list available to us on the handheld. Pop up our handheld, and you're looking at a mirror of the handheld that we're using here. So you'll see me operating the touch screen and hopefully hear the scanner working as we go through this. So we're doing an issue, so I select issue on the touch screen, and we're doing a sales order pick, and we're going to pick by pick list in this case. And here's the one at the bottom. You remember we were working with 34, and that's the one that I've just generated from the preparation list. And the order pick ticket that we'll go back and have a look at in Sage in a short while is 375. So just keep that in mind as we go through. So I'm going to select this one to pick. So the first thing it does is asks me the location I'm going to ship this out through. So I might be putting it into a staging post as it goes out through the warehouse. So I'm going to select that. And here you can see that our two lines on the order, here's our 50 and here's our 75. And the locations are suggested here that we need to pick them from. I'm going to select the first line on the handheld to pick, and I'm going to do a part pick on that. And it's telling me to go off to location 067. And in this case I'm actually going to take that. I'm not going to change the location in the first one through, but I am actually going to select that one. And it's presenting me the product code up. The product's 1024858, but I'm actually going to scan the pallet code 433, and again you'll see this as we go through. So I've scanned it, and it's asking me to confirm the quantity. I could take the whole quantity, but because we want to split this order and do different picks, what I'm actually going to do is just take 10 from this location. Okay, and now it'll take me back to the list, and again I can go back in and select the same product again. So I'm going to pick the same one. It's sending me back to the same location, of course, because it thinks there's stuff there, but I'm actually going to select, in this case, a different location to pick from, and I'm actually going to pick from 65 as a location. Okay. And you can see it's highlighted it here on the screen that we've moved to 65. Because we've got a global allocation, that's allowed. We haven't forced it, but clearly the pallet that we're using has to sit in that location. So I'm going to scan a different pallet, and in 431. You can see there was originally 50. There's a quantity of 40 to pick here. In this case I'm going to pick 20 from here. Okay, leaving 20 outstanding. Again, you'd normally go through and pick the full quantity, but for the point of this demonstration we're just showing that you can move around without having to complete a single line. So rather than it forcing me into picking everything on that line, I may decide that actually, due to the way I want to load, that I want to pick the other product up. So at this point I've gone to here. You'll notice, by the way, the colouring change here. The green shows there's no picking, it's awaiting picking. The purple on this line is showing that it's a part picked order. Okay, so again, just feeding some information back to the pickers. So I select this line, it's quite happy, it sent me off to location 063, and I can scan that location from my list, and it's asking me for the pallet code as well, or the product code. So I'm scan the pallet number, and here's my 75. In this case I'll pick 25. Okay, and again it takes me back to the line. I can go and pick my first product again, so back to 67, product code, 20 to go. Here I'll pick 10 of them, and then finally I'm going to pick everything on the last line, but I'm not going to pick it from 63, I'm actually going to pick it from 61. So I go to 61, I scan my pallet number, and I'm going to pick all 50 of them. Okay, this time it's not going to take me back to the list because there's only one line left, it's just going to present me up the next line. Okay, so I drop into there, off to 67, and I'm going to scan my pallet number, 10 left, I'm going to leave 5 outstanding. Okay, and again it takes me back, so you can see I'm going to leave that line open at that moment in time. If we now go back and just look at what that's doing within Sage, and I pick up picking tickets, the picking ticket we remember, you may remember, is the 375. Here's our 2 lines on the order. You can see we've done various picking, it was globally allocated. If I go across and look at the identifier, which is actually the pallet numbers that we've been playing with, it's got a dollar in there to indicate that there's more than one, because that's exactly what we've been doing. If I click on the actions here and look at the stock issues, now you can see all the items. So if you recall through the video, we did a 10, a 20, a 10, and finally a 5. And if I come across, these are the pallets that I was selecting as we went through to do those issues. Close that page and we look at the other one. Again, stock issues. And you recall there was only 2 that we did on this one, a 50 and a 25. And again, there are my 2 pallets that I've used to issue that stock out. So hopefully what you can see there, using the handheld, we've gone through, we've selected the lines in different sequences and allowing the operator also to pick different pallets, but we're very much validating as we go through the process to make sure that we're doing the correct picks. Should you have any further questions, please feel free to contact Data Links on our normal numbers. Thank you.